final content of today in this plenary session. Dirk Elzinga, who is the Managing Director of the Cape Town International Convention Centre, is going to be leading an informal panel discussion with several of his colleagues who have followed a long and distinguished career in their industries and in their own areas of operation, just as Dirk has himself. In case you haven't met Dirk before, let me tell you a little about him. He serves on the boards of the Netherlands Convention Bureau, the Amsterdam Convention Bureau, as well as the International Congress and Convention Association, all while being Managing Director of the Cape Town International Convention Centre. We're going to be taking a look with him in the programme about some real international events, what they mean. He's got some panellists that he'll be introducing, and I think this session for the next hour to close out today will probably be the highlight of the day. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome from over on stage right, Dirk Elzinga. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you, sir. Enjoy.
The highlight of the day. And there are 17 delegates left. Maybe we should talk a little bit slow and hope that some people come from the other rooms to fill it up. Not for me. I know many of you, and we have been talking for the past 8-9 years since I am in South Africa, and I'm very much enjoying to be here again at the Saki stage. But for my 3 guest speakers, I'm very happy that I found 3 of the clients of the CTICC to join me here on the stage, because I think it is interesting, like we saw in the previous hour, to hear what our clients are saying about our services. I was asked to say something about bidding for international conferences, and I took the liberty to narrow that down a bit on international association business, because I feel that particularly in the present time, international association business is the most steady part of the international meeting business, and we in Cape Town are pretty successful in that area. I have prepared a few slides. I go through those slides, but I would like to have this a bit more informal than the first 7 hours of the day. I really would like you to ask questions, not to me, or if you like, welcome, but predominantly to my 3 guests. And those guests are, as you can see, and they're sitting here now, but I would like to invite them here because we have a screen and they can follow the slides anyway. So Petri and Gerard and Chris, can you please join me here on the stage? And I'll introduce you while you walk up. Petri Vogel works for the South African Veterinary Association, and she is instrumental in the World Veterinary Congress that will take place in Cape Town in October 2011, and we expect about 3,000 delegates at that conference. And then in the middle, well, you're very cozy, the 3 of you there. In the middle is Professor Gerard Lindeque, and he is instrumental in the FIGO conference, the World Oncology and Obstetrics Conference. Be careful, eh? That's a conference that will have the right thing to do. 7,000 delegates, and that comes up very soon. Early in October this year, we will have his 7,000 delegates here in the country. And then our last guest speaker is Chris Hugo Hamman. He is involved with a very young conference, the World Conference on Pediatric Cardiology. That conference only exists for about 15-20 years, and he managed to convince his colleagues to come to Cape Town in 2013, and we expect about 3,000 delegates there. And they're all prepared 4, 5, 6 slides to tell you a little bit about their experiences, how they managed to get their conferences to South Africa, and what were the right arguments that they used. Now, talking about the meeting industry in the present period of economic recession, I was asked to do a little presentation for the Alliance Internationale de Palais de Congrès 2 weeks ago in Spain, and I asked my colleagues in South Africa, but also in the rest of Africa, what they experienced. And although South Africa is pretty much protected, we noticed the effect of the recession, and you saw that also yesterday, at least the venue forum members in the survey that we presented at that time. Most conference centers, though, make their financial budgets, but there are some exceptions, not in this country, but in other countries in Africa. And the interesting